Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phil. That's my beautiful co-host, Samantha.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are Bars and Barbells.
And we're checking out more from Eric Clapton's catalog today. We're coming to My Father's Eyes, and this is on behalf of Robert, who has made many sponsored videos on our channel. We're really grateful for Robert's contributions to the channel. He's been around for over a year now.
Yes.
And
thanks so much for the support, Robert. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and he's introduced us to different artists, and I don't think he's made any requests related to Eric Clapton just yet. And Eric Clapton seems like he has a pretty epic catalog.
Yeah, I was just saying to Phil, because we were, reading a little bit of the backstory of the song, and I was like, he's been in so many groups.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of groups, started, went through, I think we started with one of his earlier groups, Cream, for the first time recently. And that was just one. He's been the Yardbirds with another one, Derek and the Dominoes, another one, right? And so that's probably why I imagine he's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times already. And
that's not even including his solo career, right? Like, he was in all those groups and he had a solo career.
And a lot of people, they want to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just once. And we've got this guy done it 3 times. And he's still going, I think. I think he's still doing some performances. At least I had heard that recently. I don't know if it's, as of today, he's still performing. But this song here, even My Father's Eyes, it came out in 1998 and then won a Grammy Award in 1999.
Yep. So obviously, I think this was like later on into his career too, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like 30 years later, this guy's getting the Grammy Award after he started his career. That's pretty damn good, I would say. So clearly he's a renowned guy in terms of what he's contributed to music. Guitarist, obviously, we've heard some of that before. And I think we're going to get into some of that here on this one, My Father's Eyes, the one that we're doing. It says official music video, but I believe it's actually a live performance that we're going to get to see on stage here. So this one, I think, is more of an introspective song. I think it's reflecting on both the fact that he didn't know his biological father growing up, and also we did Tears from Heaven, which was talking about his son, who unfortunately passed away terribly at the age of 4, right? Yeah. So I think this is looking at both those perspectives in this one. But you've been a little bit familiar with Eric Clapton because your dad really liked Eric Clapton, but you haven't known his catalog a whole lot, right?
No. I was just familiar with Tears in Heaven and Layla a little bit, like one version of that. But and if you guys want to see me shed a few tears myself, you should go watch the Tears in Heaven video.
Yeah, that one was definitely an emotional one, but we didn't really know what it was about before we did a little research midway through that video. So anyways, let's get into Eric Clapton, My Father's Eyes. Effortless. I don't know if we're going to get into an organ solo there. So I'm going to pause right now. And, it's just so clean. The way Eric plays, I mean, obviously we've said, and people know that he's a renowned guitarist, but you really hear, just in that introduction portion of how clean he plays everything. It sounds so smooth. He just got such a unique style that he brings. It's very, very evident as to why so many people look at Eric as being so renowned, because he's got his own flavor, his own style, but it's so technical and clean at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like this has like a very almost upbeat melodic flow to the instrumentation, even though it is more of like an emotional ballad style song, which I feel like is a very interesting blend there.
Yeah, I think it's like, maybe from the perspective of reconciliation to a degree of, you've had these events that have been negatives in your life. Obviously losing your son would be a terrible situation, but then even growing up without a dad, without a father, it's like also a situation that would be negatively impacting you, but you have to come to terms with them at some point.
For sure.
Right. And so I feel like that is the vibe that I'm getting from this. And maybe the live performance might sound a little bit different as well versus the studio.
Yeah,
but like you said, it's got this introspective kind of ballad feel, but at the same time, it's uplifting and heartfelt and makes you think like there's hope for the future. That's kind of what I feel like.
That's definitely the vibe that I get from it. And I guess just coming into it, I didn't really know what to expect, because I feel like Tears in Heaven obviously is a much more like sad, emotional vibe. So I kind of just like assumed that this might be something similar. And I'm like, oh, this is totally different. Like I'm just like grooving to this,
Yeah. And to me, I think the last song that we did from Eric Clapton might have been Layla live. That was an ensemble of a performance as well. And it seems like Eric, when he puts on a show, he makes sure to bring everything to the table. So you're going to have a great live entertaining performance.
Yeah.
And that's also probably why you guys can add your comment below. But that's also why I imagine he's so renowned, because as a performer, you always know when you go to an Eric Clapton concert that you're going to get top tier musicianship. And that's what we've experienced in full on this performance so far, that Layla performance previously.
Yeah.
And I think even the Layla performance that we did prior to that, because we did one of the first ones that we did, I think was a live performance through MTV or something like that. But
didn't we do an unplugged one too?
I think so. I think we had done that. But anyways, clearly he brings
And like you said, this is an extended version, right? So there might be more instrumentation layered into this or something.
I'm wondering if that intro is not a part of the original, studio version.
You guys can let us know.
crushed it or what, Sam?
I loved his facial expressions when he was just like shredding the guitar. Also, the drummer cam was so good. The guy was just like banging on the drums.
Everybody was killing it up there, crushing it. And obviously, you know, guitar playing skills were on full display.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was killing it.
In this one. Just love the breaks in it as well. Obviously, there was, you know, breaks where Eric got to do his thing and show off his capabilities, but it went seamlessly into the entirety of the song. And I felt like the pockets that was in were really in the right spots. And I feel like it complemented the song really, really well in terms of the theme of the song. Didn't have too much energy, but it wasn't lacking in energy. And especially for this concert setting, I mean, you have to have a good balance of like that introspective vibe and different feel of a song, but at the same time, make it really enjoyable for a live audience. And I feel like that was captured in full on this.
Yeah, like keep them engaged. That's one thing that I do really enjoy about our experiences with watching the live performances is just like seeing the artist just be so into their craft and like the energy that they bring themselves, like the aura that they bring to like the stage presence of just like, you can just tell they just like love what they're doing.
Yeah. And I think with this one as well, we probably experience Eric's vocal a little bit more in a different pocket than we had previously gotten into. I think he showed off some of his vocal capabilities in this one with a little more heartfelt, soulful delivery. And it was interesting to me because it's my father's eyes. Obviously, we talked about his dad, his biological dad, and then his son, and maybe some of that messaging. But I also feel like it could be a triple in that he's saying my father's eyes from the perspective of faith, because you know, he's basically alluding to this idea that, you know, people that have passed on are still with him, not in the physical sense, but maybe, you know, something beyond that. But at the same time, he's always saying that, you know, his father is with him, you know, that he's there, he can feel the presence. And that's obviously what you would say from a faith-based perspective
100%.
as well.
Yeah.
I don't know Eric's background from that perspective, but I
definitely be applicable. Like for general listening for people.
Yeah. So I wonder if there's a little extra nuance in there that he's covering all his bases all at one time, which adds to the creativity in the production and creativity.
And you had mentioned the vocal. I also really enjoyed the backing vocals in this too. I feel like it added an extra like layer in there. That was nice.
All the layers in this one were fantastic. So thank you for putting that on our radar, Robert. That was a great experience. I really thoroughly enjoyed that one. Yeah. And I can say, without a doubt, I'm definitely becoming a pretty big Eric Clapton fan. And it's hard not to when you've got 5 decades of music, right? So anyways, let us know what you guys think down below this one and any other songs that you think we should check out. We do have a few on the channel already. We have a playlist of Eric Clapton that this one will be going to. So you can check that out if you want to see where we've gone thus far or add any recommendations for where we should go next. What should they do before they go?
Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you hit the like button if you like this video, and that you have a great day.
We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching, guys.